YouTube. It's your boy Lou, Shop. The ground don't stop, continues all the way to the top. So today, I got some butternut squash, and I'm gonna do some Greek style chicken to go with this butternut squash. It's gonna be roasted with a savory sweet roast, and the chicken's gonna have some definite Greek ingredients such as rosemary, a little lime, ginger, and a few other spices that I'll show you along the way. So the first step in using butternut squash is to peel it and then cut it in half, and then you're gonna get the seeds out. So I already peeled it. I'm de-seeding it now. It's not the easiest to peel because of its shape. You want to get all the seeds out. You can plant them or use them for something at a later time. Alright, so now I got them cut down, so I'm gonna chop it down to where I can get it into some smaller chunks in order to be able to roast it down. So, okay, as you can see, I cut the chunks kind of big. Gives a little bit more bite and cooks down nicely from what I read. So I already cut up the rest of it, got it in a pan, and I'm gonna start seasoning. Alright, so I already started the seasoning with some fresh rosemary, and then I'm adding some onion powder. Get that all up in there. And then I'm adding some crushed red pepper flakes for color, a little spice, not too much. Salt, pepper, fresh cracked. I got my oven set to 400. When I toss this in there, nice and hot. Add some salt in there. And then I'm going to add in some brown sugar, like a sweet element. So you got a little sweet, spicy, and savory going on. And then for the liquid, I'm gonna melt down about a half stick of butter and pour it over it. While the butter is melting, I'm gonna go ahead and just mix all the dry ingredients together so that everything gets coated well. It's almost like roasting potatoes. That's what I feel like. I'm also gonna put in a little bit of lime zest just to give it a little zing. Alright, I already added the butter in there. Now I'm gonna give a little bit of lime zest, give it a little zing. Throw it in the oven for about 45 minutes on about 400. Mix that around a little bit so it's not all sitting on top. Alright, so here I got 3 chicken breasts. And into this, I'm going to grate some fresh ginger. Just a little bit. It's got some of that lime zest still in there, so it's gonna help out a little bit with the flavor. Add some fresh rosemary in there. About 2 sprigs chopped up. And go ahead and further that lime flavor. I'm gonna add half of a lime juice into it. Let it sit in there for a little bit before I put it into the oven. I'm also gonna add some onion powder. Got to have salt and pepper. I'll be right without it. I'm gonna add some red pepper flakes. Kind of complement the dish a little bit. I'm gonna move these around a little bit so we get some of that good flavoring all over all the chicken. I'm gonna make sure I wash my hands so I ain't putting chicken juice everywhere. I'm gonna let those sit for a little bit, soak up that goodness into them before we put them in the stove and let them bake off. Okay, so to my chicken, I just added fresh parsley and fresh basil. Just chopped it up kind of rough, and I'm gonna let it sit in there with the rest of the ingredients and get all nice and happy.